Hey guys, welcome back to some more Gilded Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be going ahead and finishing out Leah. Now looking at this, you can see she is at 14.7, which means we can get the Enlightenment up to 15. And we can also, hopefully, fingers crossed, get that Radiance to 7. Now, in addition, it is 20,000 souls in here. So this is going to be the last time we are going to have to enlighten this hero, which means we can focus on a couple other heroes. But before we do this, I want to look at some other things that are coming down the pipeline and really go through and explain. So we do have a new hero, which is Leah. You can see it is the Artic Fox. Now, overall, we're going to go through some of the skills that they released in here. You can see it is going to be a legendary guardian. Now for the next release, there are a few things to remember, including it is going to be 2 legendary guardians. So we are not getting an epic guardian. We are getting 2 legendary guardians. Ranger, Keeper, Agility, Hydrus, which I like. That is a really good combination when you think of Endless Mode. When you think of a couple different places, that is a really good build for a Guardian, as we know right now. Now, this, of course, is going to be the Artic Fox, and it goes through the Frostmire, which is going to be released on, I believe, the 16th. So we got about 4 more days till the Frostmire is up. Now with this hero, there is a Hunter's Arsenal. These are the combat skills, and I want to break these down because I know a lot of players probably haven't seen these yet. The first one is the Hailed Arrow, which I'm assuming is going to be the ultimate ability. Targets all enemies, and after a short charge up of 1 second, 150% damage as physical damage. Now the big thing with this one, and causes freeze for 4 seconds. So this is going to have the ability and will probably, in my opinion, dominate PvP when you think of a hero like this. Having the ability to freeze all of the heroes for 4 seconds. That is going to be a game changer if it is hitting everyone. And if you've seen that very short video they put out, it looked like it was hitting everyone. So you'll do damage not only on all of the targets, but you will also provide that crowd control aspect. Now with the close kick, when there are enemies within melee range, perform a spinning kick, dealing damage, knocking back enemies. So again, this is going to be another form of crowd control where if you have any enemies that are coming to the back line where she is going to be housed, you're going to have the ability to kick them back and knock them back into the enemy side. So pretty cool with that one. Third ability is Freezing Arrow, shoots a frost arrow, prioritizing the enemy with the highest attack rating. And again, this is going to be very PvP specific, deals 200 attack as physical, freezes the target for 2 seconds. Now, 3 abilities, 3 crowd control abilities. You talk about dominating PvP or the arena. That is absolutely going to be one of these heroes, regardless of, looking at the build and looking at a lot of different guardians. This one having this aspect is going to make a big difference. And then we have the charge shot. Prioritizes the farthest enemy, which again, we're prioritizing the backline, the enemy's backline at this point, but must be charged for 2 seconds. While charging, does 30% damage reduction for the hero. Charged basic attack deals 300% of attack damage. So we have a 150, a 200, and a 300 here. I'm kind of curious if Charge Shot is going to be the ultimate. We're going to have to see exactly what this hero looks like and how this hero is going to be built. Now we know, went through a couple different ways to summon this. You can get it in Eerie store, a few different ways. Now, in addition to this hero, like I said earlier, we have a second legendary hero that is coming up. At this time, we don't have the details, don't have the skills, don't have the abilities. But the other thing to remember is introducing the Full Hearts Altar offering. These are going to be the first 2 legendary heroes that are going to be available for the Full Heart. So what the Full Heart is going to do, if you combine, and you'll actually see it right down here, if you combine a copy, which in this case would be the brand new Fox hero we have, so 1 Radiant copy of that hero with 1 Generation 1 Radiant Epic Guardian. So it is not using legendaries, it is using Epic. It is giving you a 1 full heart. Now with the full heart, my understanding is you're going to get Enlightenment out of it, and you're going to get Radiance out of there. I'm sure probably you still need the souls, but overall, the big thing is the Radiance is going to be guaranteed. So not only when you go ahead and you use a Radiant Guardian, and then you put in all of your Radiant souls, this is eliminating the need for the Radiant souls. This is also guaranteeing when you build up the hero using the full heart, you're not going to fail on the Radiance. This is a 100%, and it is right here. Your Guardian will achieve a 100% success rate. No second chances needed. Now, the question with this, and kind of what I was thinking about this, there's only going to be 1,000 full hearts of each type. So I believe that is going to be for each hero. going to be pretty interesting to see, because very similar to the legendary cracked hearts, what heroes, and if they do release these to the rest of the future heroes that are coming in this game. Now, the other thing is right here, it may significantly reduce the total cost. So I want to talk about this because it is a little bit different. And of course, JD and Timemo, you're not going to be able to use them for. So when we start looking at the Guardians themselves, and we'll hop back over and look at Leah, for instance, you can see that we are getting Leah to 15.8 at a maximum, which means 15.9, 15.10. We are not going to have those. We are going to have to use Radiant Souls to build these up in their entirety because we don't have access to the full hearts, which means it's going to take a lot of sacrificing other Guardians, Radiant Guardians, to get Radiant Souls. Those Radiant Souls in turn will be used to build the Radiance of these Guardians. Now, when it comes to the Radiance, looking at this and looking at the growth rate, if you can forego this by getting those full hearts, that is going to be a game changer with the attempts that are in here. Most players are using 5, 6, 7 attempts to get a Radiant level to go through, which means you're talking tens of thousands of Radiant Souls to actually build these up. But let's hop in here. Let's see what we can do with this hero. And of course, this is going to be for Generation 1 heroes that are future releases. So I looked in here yet. There's not many heroes. So even Core 1 right there, this is a Generation 1. So thinking of Salve, thinking of Phonica, thinking of Tianlong, some of the best, most powerful heroes that we're seeing in this game currently. You are not going to have the ability to use those full hearts unless something changes in the future, but you're not going to have the ability to actually use those in their entirety, meaning all of these heroes, all the heroes that are already previous released, all the Generation 1 heroes we're currently seeing, you're not going to have the ability to get and use those full hearts. So these are still going to have to be bought and really built the old school way, which is going to be through the acquisition of additional copies of the same Guardian. All right, guys, so let's go ahead. Let's build this up, see if we can get a chance to do this. Now, of course, with our legendary cracked hearts, boom, 1 and 2, this is going to increase it. The Radiance increase chance 60%, and you can see highest probability to increase Radiance. So as it sits right now, we are capped with the ability that we can get Radiance. It's not going to require any Radiant Souls. And again, thinking of the heroes, the future releases of the heroes, they are not going to use these Radiant Souls if you're using the full heart in there. You're not going to have to use it. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how these heroes are built and what and who is going to be worth using those full hearts on. But let's go ahead. Enlighten. This, of course, is going to be for 20,000 Keeper Souls in here, guys. It's absolutely crazy. So we'll go ahead. We'll sacrifice those. And there it goes. We get the countdown. We get the timer. 15. We know Enlightenment is going to 15. This is my first and my only 15 Enlightenment hero. And boom, there is our 15. And it goes to 8. It did. We got 8 right there. So remember, 1510 is the highest that we can get this max out in the entirety. A lot of players were saying, I'm at 14.4, I'm at 14.5. We are at 15.8. Guardian has reached maximum Enlightenment. So if we want to build the Radiance higher, if we want to continue building up the Radiance, you can see Radiance chance increase, because here, look at this and how many this is going to take, guys, to get this attempt and to get this chance at this level. Because thinking of this, I mean, even mathematically, it is costing us 8,000 of our Radiant Souls in here to actually build her out or have a chance to get the Radiant Knight, the 1% chance. That is crazy. But when you start thinking of this, so 1%, it's going to go up kind of a 0.5 until it gets to the point of 12 at 1,000 or 100%. And if you think this is 8,000 Radiant Souls every chance you get to do this. With that being said, it is taking 4 legendary Radiant Guardians to get 1 single chance to get her up to that 9, which is kind of crazy. I think I'm going to keep her where she is now. And the reason being, when you look at Karuk, when we look at a couple other heroes in here, even having a cracked heart, having enough souls, I am still going to need Radiant Souls. We're going to have to figure out the Radiant Souls. I know I would love to build her up and just continue building up this Radiance in its entirety. but even looking at the growth rate, it's going to be incredible to build her up. And of course, it's going to be way ultra expensive to build this up. Because even thinking, I mean, kind of spitballing here, if the attempts, let's say, so that's 8 times 5, that's 40,000 Radiant Souls. Even if we went to 10, I mean, that's 80,000 Radiant Souls to get a shot of that. Your numbers could get very astronomical very fast based on the heroes that we do have in here. It would be incredibly difficult to build those up, and of course, very expensive. When you think of a Radiant Guardian, regular legendary Radiant Guardian, that yields 2,000 Radiant Souls, runs about 10 bucks each. Now, of course, we don't have the Ascension Seals, we don't have the Gilded Guardian tokens, but we're gonna have to see exactly what that looks like. So super stoked, guys. 15, so that is the max right there, which again, based on that, now we can move down and we're gonna focus on T-Rock with all of our Keeper Souls. He is going to be our next focus. And of course, as we continue to get more Keeper Souls in here, we want to build them up. We need some more Legendary Cracked Hearts to continue building these heroes up. But overall, now my Keeper Souls do switch to T-Rock, and we're doing the exact same. So once we do get Karuk completely built, we get Tavros completely built, then we're going to move down here and build out Cyrus a lot more, and then just continue down this pipeline, so on and so forth, building these heroes up and really stacking the ability to make progression in this game. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.